Welcome to another session with fly tying step by step. Today we are going to tie a old favorite on many waters in the world, namely the GRHE or the gold-ribbed hare's ear. So get your materials ready and let's start tying. In the vise I've got a size 14 hook, nymph hook, with a 2.5mm brass golden bead. We are going to use tan thread, a hare's mask, gold wire, and then hare's mask and gold wire. So get your materials ready and let's start tying. So to start off, we are going to lay a thread base to make it easier for the materials to be tied onto the shank of the hook. With that in place, we are going to do our tail. For the tail, I'm going to use some of the fibers between the ears of the mask. This is quite a bushy fly, so the tail does not really have to be that sparse. So after I've taken out the clump of fibers, I'm just taking out the under fur. Don't throw it away. We are going to mix it into our dubbing for the body. With that done, we're going to tie it in. My tail, I prefer around about half the length of the shank on this fly. It's not a very long tail, but it is quite bushy. Secure it, and then we can tie in our wire. I'm using a flat golden wire, but any golden wire will do. What I do is I push my wire in underneath my bead, and then I secure it with one or two loose wraps, tighten on it, and lay my wire flat against the shank of the hook. It helps to keep a nice profile on the body. So for the body material, we are going to use the same mask, and we are going to just pull out a few fibers from the ear, hence the name gold-ribbed hare's ear, and some of the other longer fibers. I'm also adding the underfur that we already pulled out. The mask is quite spiky with a lot of guard hair in it, and that is what we really want in this fly. Before I add my dubbing to my thread, I prefer to just put a coat of beeswax on my thread just to make sure that the materials stick properly to the thread. With that done, we can start the process of building up a nice tapered noodle. I don't spin the noodle too tight because I like it bushy. We are going to comb it out a bit as well. form a nice tapered body up to about 1/3 from the eye of the hook. That's where we're going to end our body. Now we can tie, or the body is about the body is about 2/3 of the shank, with about 1/3 left open for the thorax and the wing case. So with the body in place, we can do our gold rib. Not too many wraps, 3 or 4 should do it. You want your material to protrude between the wraps. Secure your wire in front of your wraps as well, and then just helicopter off your wire. Don't use your scissors, they're too expensive to cut wire. With that done, I'm going to do the wing case with a partridge feather, which is an indigenous bird to South Africa, the specific gene. For the wing case, I'm going to use a partridge from South Africa. Many people do the wing case and also the tail with pheasant tail, and it can be done with pheasant tail, but I prefer to use this partridge feather for the wing case. So for the wing case, I have stripped off the fluff, and I am just going to put 1-2 loose wraps over the feather, and then just pull slightly on it. Make sure that your feather stays on top of your hook shank. Secure it, bring your thread back to where the body ended, and now we can add some more dubbing for the thorax. Just add your wax again and see if you can find some of that nice spiky dabbing material. Remember, less is more, but we want a proper thorax built up on this fly. So again, I'm just blending some of these hairs that I've plucked out. Nice bulky thorax. And then I bring my feather over. Make sure it sits nice on top of the fly, and secure it. A few wraps over it, and then a few wraps in front of it. With that done, all we have to do is our whip finish, and we will brush out the fibers a little bit. You can put some head cement on your thread as well, just to secure your thread and make sure it doesn't untangle. When you use partridge or your pheasant tail for your wing case, make sure that you don't damage the fibers when you comb out your fly. Some of these long rancid hairs you can just pull out. But there you have it, your gold ribbed hairs here. This is a suppose one of the most used flies in fly fishing, and for good reason. Thank you for watching Fly Tying Step by Step. Be sure to like our Facebook page, we'll appreciate that. Also, if this video was of value to you, please consider subscribing to our channel on YouTube and enjoy your fly fishing. Bye.